So what is happening at the moment? Why is the price of Bitcoin, the price of cryptos reversing despite 25 basis point interest rate cut? On my previous video, I have been very clear with you guys. If Bitcoin wants to remain bullish, what must it do? It must hold its ground above this October CPI. If we fail to do that, if price fails to hold its ground above this October CPI, which was in between 112,500 to 113,500 range, the upcoming days for Bitcoin is going to be bearish. Flipping that into support will turn the price bullish. But after Fed's decision to cut the interest rate by 25 basis points, why are we reversing despite this being a second interest rate cut this year? What brought the price of market tumbling was Fed's uncertainty about the next interest rate cut. In December, the Fed's previous projected an additional quarter point cut at its next meeting in December, but Fed Chair Powell on Wednesday voiced uncertainty about the outlook for another reduction of interest rates. A further reduction of the policy rate in December is not a foregone conclusion. In fact, far from it. Powell told reporters at a press conference in Washington, D.C. This uncertainty about the next rate cut brought the market to reverse. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. If you look at it now, the next FOMC meeting is going to take place in about 41 days. But if you look at the target rate probabilities for 10th December 2025 Fed meeting, you can see 29.6% are expecting Fed to leave the rate as it is, and 70.4% are expecting Fed to cut the rate by another quarter point. But what's the key takeaway is that as we near to the next FOMC meeting, which is going to take place in about 41 days from now, right, this 29.6% will increase, in my opinion. So that's why this uncertainty has brought the entire market to reverse. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. Bitcoin was clearly in an uptrend. This Williams alligator indicator yesterday was about to form a bullish cross, but everything has changed. This is still a bearish Williams alligator crossover. Blue line is at the top, green line at the bottom. RSI unfortunately has dropped below the center line, below 50, and MACD from a bullish MACD cross is about to coil up again. About to form a bearish cross. So this uncertainty from Fed, the uncertainty of a next rate cut, has definitely impacted the market. And now, beside the Williams alligator indicator, the price of Bitcoin has also dropped below the central line from this Bollinger Band, which was supposed to act as support. Yes, guys, along with the Williams alligator indicator, even the central line from this Bollinger Band was supposed to act as support, which now has failed. So what does this mean? Before ending the month of October, we have only one more day left since today is 30th of October, guys. If Bitcoin fails to close the month of October above this key trend line, if Bitcoin fails to show a continuation like this before ending the month of October above 112,500 to 113,500 range, then we must be aware the upcoming days for Bitcoin actually looks somehow like this. Yes, guys, price failing to find support above October CPI means the upcoming days, upcoming month could be bearish. Bearish because price parallelly will start following this rising wedge pattern. A rising wedge is a bearish continuation pattern, and just like what happened here, after liquidating the over leveraged traders, it started heading towards the original direction, just like this one here. After liquidating the over leveraged traders, price usually heads towards the original direction, and in our case, after breaking out of the lower trend line, we did had some massive move. But if Bitcoin fails to regain its trend above the CPI trend line until tomorrow, then we are in trouble. We are in trouble because price parallelly will also start following this right angle broadening top pattern or rising wedge pattern, which was getting invalidated yesterday. Yes, guys, this was about to get invalidated, but unfortunately you can see Bitcoin failed to hold its ground around this 112,500, 113,500, and now this same trend line will be acting as resistance. And we know if this bearish continuation starts playing out in a bigger picture, even this 2B sell pattern will line up parallelly, which is pointing us a move up to 1.618 Fibonacci extension level below 100,000, just like what happened here before starting with a new bullish continuation. So if this exact move plays out in a bigger picture, then you can see, guys, 1.618 Fibonacci extension line below 100,000 will be attracting us. Parallelly, even this 50 exponential moving average in a weekly time frame will be attracting us, because in history, before starting with an actual bullish continuation, first we had a pullback around this trend line, 50 exponential moving average, and same thing could be repeating here as well. So a pullback around this trend line means price of Bitcoin could get attracted around 100,000 and a bit lower than that before expecting a continuation in this manner, because we know yesterday when the price of Bitcoin was falling, this symmetrical triangle, despite symmetrical triangle bias being neutral, we had a very bullish breakout, and we thought this will also line up perfectly, just like as shown here in an example. Few more sideways movement, but at the end price slowly heading towards the previous high. But looking at it now, it has failed. This bullish breakout has turned into a fake out, and now this symmetrical triangle is turning into a bearish symmetrical triangle. So to avoid all this bearish continuation which is lining up for Bitcoin, we must find support above this CPR trend line. Yes, guys, Bitcoin must come across this CPR trend line, otherwise the upcoming days for Bitcoin, unfortunately, will be bearish. So please be careful. Market is expected to be even more volatile tomorrow. So please, guys, please trade accordingly, trade responsibly, and do not over leverage yourself. And by saying this, I'm signing out. Until next time, bye-bye.